In their essence, wars are nothing but a chapter in the chronicles of frenetic investment, where the wounds of humanity are reduced to figures in profit ledgers. Their remains are transformed into market shares harvested by factions steeped in a loathsome utilitarianism that views existence solely as raw material for exploitation. Yet this brutal force tightening its grip on the world's throat did not descend from a vacuum, nor did it seize the reins of initiative by coercion. Rather, societies themselves forged their own shackles, whether consciously or not, when they entrusted the keys to their destiny to those who hold neither sanctity nor conscience for humanity. Thus, ballot boxes became the bonds signed by the public to mandate their executioners and elevate them to the thrones of fateful decision-making. Until the individual awoke to find himself languishing in voluntary servitude beneath the feet of elites crafted by his own voice and granted the legitimacy of existence and control. The painful paradox lies in the fact that a vast segment of these societies no longer seeks to silence the drums of war, nor does it chase the mirage of peace. Instead, it has begun to feed on the crumbs of crises, finding comfort in living within the shadow of chaos which opens the doors of profiteering from the deprivation and weakness of others. And perhaps the darkest of all images are those entities that drape themselves in the cloak of charitable work, using humanitarian slogans as a shimmering facade to practice the most heinous forms of existential mercenary activity. For they are in reality parasitic organisms that thrive and flourish in the swamps of conflict. And should the weapons be laid down and the fog of chaos dissipate, these organizations would find themselves in the desolation of a void without a resource to sustain them or a cause to justify their survival, which makes the pursuit of peace in their eyes nothing but a subversion of their livelihoods and an execution of their status in the distorted structure of a world that only stands straight through crookedness and only lives through the death of others. The collective consciousness today is called upon to realize that change does not begin by changing faces, but by uprooting the foundations that have turned human pain into a commodity bought and sold. In the political and relief slave markets alike, and by purging the public conscience of the culture of exploitation that has made man a wolf to his fellow man. In a forest paved with false slogans of rights and justice, which are in truth nothing more than a veil for endless ambition. I am Her Royal Highness Princess Nardsine Bani Hashem, and thank you for viewing.